Hello everyone, this is Luis Echeverria, Counselor Professor at Antelope Valley College. This video is going to demonstrate how to complete an electronic education plan. So I have here to my right a one-page transcript that we're going to complete an education plan for. We're going to go one term at a time. The student here has declared Business General certificate as his major, but I'm going to assume for the sake of this video that this student has decided to transfer to a four-year school, and then I'm going to be completing an education plan for a transfer. And in order to do that, we have to pick business administration as the major, because that will be a better match. Or we can pick the new transfer degree in business administration. For the sake of this exercise, I'm just going to pick the regular business administration major with a transfer to Northridge for business administration. So let's get started. I'm at the desktop of my computer here in my office, and I'm going to find the template that I will use for this particular education plan. So down here, where the start icon is on the computer, I'm going to go there and go to computer right here, click on that, and then I'm going to find the M drive, which is right here. I'm going to open that, then I'm going to go to CAS. That's where we keep our manual. Our templates are inside the manual. And then up here, the fourth folder from the top is ABC Counselor's Procedures Manual. I'm going to open that. Then I'm going to find the new educational plan templates right here. The current one is dated on January 6, 2015. The date changes from time to time depending on what kind of if there have been any updates to the templates. I'm going to open that. All of our templates are here for just about every major and every case that we can think of. As you can see, we have quite a few. Haven't tallied that lately, but all the way to welding. I'm looking for business, so I'm going to open the business folder, and in this folder we have Business Administration AST, that's a transfer degree for Cal State, Gen Ed, and the Business Administration AST for I Get Gen Ed. For the sake of this exercise, I'm just going to use this one just because it will allow me to do the Gen Ed for the associate's degree as well as the Gen Ed for transfer. So I'm going to open that template. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. It's asking me to do a read only. I'm going to click on that, and then when this pops up, you will see that there's this yellow banner on top that it has a button for enable editing. You have to click on this button in order for the template to be activated, and you can do things to it. Okay, so here's the template. The first step is to save it for the student, and to do that I go up to here to File, go down to Save As. Maybe we should zoom in a little bit. Save As right there, and then when the pop-up window comes up right here, I'm going to find the folder where we save all of our plans for the students. That is here on the application share drive M. If I click on that, 2 clicks, then I'm looking for the folder that says Counseling Services Shared Data. That's the folder where we're going to keep our plans, and we keep our PDF files as well. So I'm going to open this folder, Counseling Services Shared Data, and then the first folder, it says Education Plan Excel Counselors Only. This is where we keep all the educational plans we do on an Excel file. So I'm going to open that, and you notice how there's many plans in here. How we save these plans is by we adopted the convention to save it with a student's number first, last name, comma, first name, middle initial if any, and then the major. The major is already part of the template when you are trying to do this procedure. So what I'm going to do is click in front twice. Click enough times until the cursor is in front of the first letter of the major. Then I'm going to write up a student ID number and a name. Normally you will find that information right here in the area that has been blocked off for the sake of security and identity of this particular student. The ID number will be found here. It always starts with a 900 number, and the name of the student will be right here. So for the sake of this exercise, I'm just going to go back over here and I'm going to type 900 000002, and I'm going to make up a name, Mouse Mickey T. Okay, so once I've named the file, before I go down to the save button, I'm going to make my life a little bit easier by right after the name I'm going to press on my mouse and I'm going to select the ID number and the name of the student, and then I'm going to go to my keyboard and I'm going to press a copy command, control keys right here, and the key and the key C. So I'll hold down the control key and press C, and now I go back to the file. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to go ahead and click on save right there, and ignore that little pop-up window. And then I'm going to go here to the student's name, do 2 clicks on it, do a paste command. That will be control V. There's the control key again, and V is for paste. I mean V as in Victor. So control V. Now that I've done that, if you see that here under the name, the ID number and the name has populated exactly what I had copied. What I'm going to do is go up here to the FX, select after the number, select the number to the left by holding the mouse and dragging it to the left, and then cutting it. That is control X, control key and the letter X. Hold down the control key, hit X, and now it's out of the front, and of course it's out of the student's name. I'm gonna do 2 clicks on the ID number. I'm gonna do a paste again, control V, and now I have the student's number there. And that's how we get started. Now it's saved properly, it's saved in the correct folder, and now I'm ready to work. Now let's start building this plan. I'm going to go back to the transcript, and I need to figure out when the student began, where it says first semester. This is where we begin, first semester at ABC. Maybe it should really be named first session. We're looking for when the student began their courses at ABC, and that should be right here. We're going to write it right there in that area. I did 2 clicks, the cursor's up. Now I got to find out. So I'm going over here to the transcript. This student began their studies at ABC in the intersection of 2013. That's when they began. So I'm going to go back over here and type IN or INT, I guess, apostrophe 13. That's when they began their studies at ABC. The next area is catalog year. Catalog year might need more of an explanation than what I can do here in this video, so I'm just going to determine what it is and briefly talk about it. Intersessions and summers don't establish catalog rights. Only fall or spring semesters do. However, enrollment in spring will determine a catalog right by the catalog that was used that year. So in this particular case, the student went on after intersection of 2013 to take courses in the spring of 13. Since the spring of 13 belongs to the 12-13 catalog, then the catalog right will be 12-13. Catalog rights are maintained by a continuous attendance. Absence of 2 continuous semesters expires a catalog right, and then if they come back, they will have to go with catalog rights that are in place at the time they come back. A student always has the right to graduate with the requirements that are in place when they begin, the catalog year for when they began, or the ones at the end when they're about to graduate. So, since I determined that it's 12-13, I just have to make sure there's continuous attendance after the spring of 13. So there's the fall of 13, which is continuous. Again, intersession and summers don't break continuous attendance. There's another intersession of 14, then we go to spring of 14. So that's all continuous. Moving over here, we have summer of 14, fall of 14, intersession of 15, and spring of 15. So all that is continuous attendance. So since there has been no break in attendance of 2 semesters or more, then the catalog right is accurate by using the 12-13 year. So going back to the ed plan, I'm going to write 12-13 for the catalog year, and done with that section. The students is attending now. It says student currently enrolled, yes. So I'm going to click on that. This evaluation year is usually for when students come to a counselor to have a transcript evaluated from another college and they have not attended here yet, at which point I wouldn't have anything to write in the first semester or a catalog year, but I can certainly write based on what year's requirements I'm doing the evaluation of transcripts from other colleges, if I had to do that. Next step is to come over here and select the name of the counselor. This one, if you click on the 2 clicks on the cell, or 1 click comes up with a down arrow, 2 clicks you actually get the list. You can scroll down. I'm going to scroll down to select my name, and then I'm going to put a date on it. A quick shortcut to put the date on the plan is to hold down the control key while you press the semicolon. If you do that, hold down the control key and then press the semicolon key, it puts the current date on your plan on an Excel cell. So I'm going to just hit enter. I'm done with that section. Now I'm going to start building the plan depending on the education courses that the student has completed on the transcripts. That since I've already have a determination by asking the student that the intention is to transfer to Cal State Northridge, I'm just going to type there CSUN. I'm evaluation based on assist year. So I'm going to look up assist for this current year, which is 14-15. So this is just to cover ourselves so that in case requirements change on assist, we have an evidence here that we based this plan that we're doing today on the requirements that were in place right now, which is in the 14-15 school year. You see how when you hover over to the ed plan, there's a little red corner. That indicates that there's a message in the cell when you hover over it. Right now the message is broken. So if you want to see the complete message when you're working on this, you got to go to view and then click on normal. When you do that, if you go back over here and then hover over the cell with the message, then the flag will be completely shown. Okay, so we're gonna go. The student wants to go to Northridge, and then they're gonna major in business administration. So I'm going to go here to where it says prep major assist. I'm gonna do 2 clicks in that cell and type business admin. And now I gotta find out what are the major preps, the preps for the major for Northridge Business Administration. So I'm gonna click on this link. When I do that, I have a link to the assist website. So here it is. So in this site is where we find all the transfer information for California's for Cal State universities and UC schools by major. So here I'm going to select the institution, which is going to be Cal State Northridge. Whoops. That's right here. Then I'm going to select Antelope Valley College as the college from where the student's coming from. And then I'm going to look for the major on the third one. You can access this website from anywhere with internet access. It's public. It's a public site. Then here I will have many paragraphs to read probably, but it's a good idea to always read all the fine print in Assist, because it often gives you information about their major, expectations, if there are any exceptions to courses they have to do in order to transfer as compared to other majors. In order for you to print this, you probably want to click on the print this report button first, because otherwise if you print it, it'll only print part of it, or what you see on the screen only. And then here you can print it if you want to. But what I'm going to do for the sake of this exercise is just scroll down. And maybe I need to zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this is the business administration major. They have other options available: business law, global supply chain management, etc. But I'm looking for the preps. The courses on the left column will be the courses labeled as they are at Northridge. The courses in the right hand side are the courses at AVC that are equivalent to their courses. So what I'm going to do is to scroll down, and I'm looking for the courses on the right hand side, and I've come across a few already here. So there's the Accounting 201, Accounting 205, Business Law, Business 201, a choice of two computer classes, CIS 101 or CA 221, Econ 102, Econ 101, Business 113, then a Statistics, and then another math course, either 148 or 125 or 150. And that's the end of it. So my job now is to take this information from this document and write it on the plan. Okay, so I'm going to come over here in the section for transfer, which is the right hand side of the template. The right hand side is the transfer section, and the left side is the associate's degree section. So I'm going to move down here to the preps, and I'm going to write down the courses from Assist. So one of the courses is Accounting 201. The next course is Accounting 205. And I'm not showing you in the screen the document again, but you just saw it. So then there's Business Law, Business 201. Then there's a computer class, either CA 221 or CIS 101. Then we have Econ 101 and 102. I'm going to write both of those in the same line. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You can always do that. Then I'm going to write the Business 113, which is the Business Communication class. That course has an English 101 prerequisite. Then I'm going to write Math 115. And since I'm out of room in that section, I'm going to write another course in the same line. Although I could do this. I could go here, do 2 clicks, select electives, cut it with Control X, and go to another cell below, do 2 clicks on it, and do Control V and paste it. We can always do that. But I'm going to write the other math class in here. So besides the 115, then the students have to do 148 or 125 or 150. So 125 we don't offer anymore. 148 is our new course. 150 is calculus, which is a longer route to get to satisfy this requirement because of prerequisites. So look it up in the catalog so you understand what it takes to go to 150. But 148 is the calculus for business and economics. So I'm just going to write the 148 right there for math. That course happens to have a prerequisite. It can either be 124 or 130, but for the sake of this exercise, it will have to be. I'm gonna choose 124 because it's geared for business anyway. That is an elective now. That's not a course that's written on the articulation agreement in Assist, but it is a prerequisite to 148. So I'm gonna write that on there. Remember that a net plan is a path for the student to get to their goal from where they start. So if there are courses in basic skills or any course in between to get to the courses they need to take, it needs to be reflected on the ed plan. Now I'm going to fill in the units. I haven't looked at the transcript yet, so I don't know if the student has done any of this or not, but I'm just going to fill them in for now. Accounting 201 is 4 units, 205 is 4 units, business law is 3, The computer classes can either be 3 or 4. You can write 2 different values of units in the cell. So it's either the 3 for the CIS 101 or the 4 for the 221. The 221 tends to be a better course for a business major, so I'm just going to write 4 units. Between both econs, it will be 6 units. Business 113 is 3 units. Math 115 is 3 units. And Math 148, is 4 units. And Math 148 is also 4 units. So between those two, you will have to put an 8 there. However, and then the 124 is also 4 units. So however, the fact is that in the Gen Ed, in the general education, this section up here, let me zoom out a little bit. In the section on top, they're going to have to do a math class here on B4. So I'm going to select that cell, click on the scroll down, and go down and choose the statistics there. And that course is 4 units. If I do that, then I can double count the course between the Gen Ed, this whole section up here, areas A, B, C, D, E, and the American institutions with the major preps, but I cannot double count the units. So in this particular case right here, I'm going to take this down to 4 because I already put the units for the 115 on top. So there we are. Okay, now we're pretty much set on the right hand side to know what the student needs to accomplish. And on the left hand side is the associate's degree. Here are the sections of Gen Ed, and there are the courses, the proficiencies, and these are the courses in the major. The templates have already that pre-populated, so when you open the correct template for the goal of the student, of the kind of education plan you're trying to complete, the courses should already be there. Okay, so now let's start going through the transcript. Okay, so let me minimize this so it goes out of the way, and we're back on the transcript. So the first course this student took in the inner session of 2013 was a health class. Got an A, 3 units, pretty good. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to find the places where the health class fits, and I'm going to put them on there. On the left side, it fits in area E on additional breadth. If you just click on the cell, scroll down window, go down to health, pick health, the course is done. Click on the cell for the completed column, put a 3. I'm using my arrow keys to move over twice. When I get to the 3 that was in the needed column, I'm just going to hit the delete key, and then I hit enter, and it's done. You can either select from the scroll down, or you can just click on the cell. See, if I click on that cell and I just want to type Health 101, I can do that. Only for some reason the computer doesn't let you do that, you can always go up here to the function and type whatever you want on there, okay? Which is what we do when we have to evaluate transcripts from other colleges. You may find yourself typing up there quite a bit, but that will not be the subject of this video. So anyway, I type health in there, and I got to do the same thing. Put the 3 in completed, move this over twice, and delete the 3 that was already there, and hit enter. So I'm done with that course. Back to the transcript. So the health is done, the inner session of 2013. The next one is the spring of 13. The student took 4 courses: Math 102, Music 111, Music 131, and Psychology 101. All of them were C's or better, and the units that each course is worth is right there before the letter grade. So I'm going to put those 4 courses in my education plan. So I'm moving over here, and I'm going to start with the Math 102. Well, the Math 102, it's the minimum requirement for an associate's degree. It's not a transfer course. It fits in area D2. I click on the down arrow. I'm looking for Math 102. There it is. I'm going to put a 4 right there in the completed column. Scoot over 2 cells, hit the delete key. I won't be writing this course in the right hand side because it's not a transfer course. The next one is Music 111. Music 111 will fit here in the humanities. If you scroll down to until you find it, there it is. And I'm going to, with my mouse, put my select that cell, put the 3 units that that course is worth, scoot over 2 cells and delete. That course happens to also fit in the transfer Gen Ed for Cal State right here in area C1. So if I select that cell and go find Music 111. There it is. Select it, put the 3 units in the completed column, scoot over 2 cells, and delete the column in the needed, delete the cell, the number in this needed column. The next one is Music 131. Music 131 does fit in the arts here. However, that course is only 2 units, and I have to have 9 units here in total. I could write that course as an option for C1 or C2, because they have to have the third course here can come from either of the 2 areas. And by the way, what you want to do is, if you're working on what is required for these sections, if you click here in the general education link, you will have this, the Genet pop up. Here is the document. See, and I'm talking about area C1 and C2. Here's area C1. Music 111 happens to be that course right there. Okay, and then here's the Music 131 as well. It's an activity course, so you have to be a little careful with activity courses. If you hover back over to the plan, if you go on, in that section where the title is for area C, you will see a flag come up that says no more than 4 units of activity courses from C1 is allowed. So you have to be careful. So should I put the Music 131 in there? Well, that kind of depends on whatever else I have. If on the transcript I have a course that in C2 with 3 more units, then that will only make me have 6 units. And then I will, with the Music 131 in C1 or C2 right here, I will be short a unit. So I may not do that. However, I can see on his transcript that he's about to do a French class in the spring of 15. So that will work, because then I can write on here the French class as a humanities. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna leave that for the end. But in that case, I am gonna put Music 131 here, just because I know that they're gonna do a foreign language, which is 5 units later on. So here's Music 131 right there, and the course is 2 units, and it was done. Scoot over 2 cells, delete, and then that course in the left hand side will only be an elective. So I'm just gonna write it on here. I did 2 clicks to the right of the word elective, so I put Music 131, and then hit enter and put the 2 units right there. Okay, so far we have that. And the last course that semester was a Psychology 101 class. That course happens to fit, and if you can check the Genet sheet, happens to fit in area D. I'm going to select that, go find Psych 101, here it is, and then put 3 units in the completed column, scoot over 2 cells, and delete from the needed column. In the associate side, that course happens to fit in the Social and Behavioral Sciences, so I'm going to click on that, go down to Psychology, here it is, and then put the 3 units completed, scoot over twice, delete the 3 units from the needed column. Okay, so we finish the spring of 13 semester right there. We're moving over to the fall of 13 now. The student took Astronomy 101, the Statistics Math 115, Music 132, Political Science 101, and Sociology 101, all with very good grades, A's and B's. So I'm going to put that information into our education plan. So I move over here back to the plan. The first one there is the astronomy class. In the associate side, that course fits in area A, so I'm going to go here to the natural sciences and pick the Astronomy 101, which is the course he took. And then the course was 3 units, 3 units in the completed cell, scoot over twice, delete the 3 from the needed column. In the transfer side for Cal State, that's a physical science course in area B1. I'm going to select that and find the astronomy, first course right there. It was 3 units, 3 completed units, and delete the 3 from the needed column. Okay, the next course is a Math 115, Statistics. Alright, so that's the course I talked about earlier. It's done, so I'm going to move the 4 units to the completed column and delete it from the needed column. And down here in the prep, since I know that that course is also needed for the prep, I'm going to find it, and it's right here. And because they completed that course already, I'm going to put a 0 in the completed column leaving the 4 units for the 148 as still needed. You can put a 0 there if you wish, or you can also put an X if you wish. Either one is not going to change the totals at the end. I'm going to put an X. A lot of our counselors are used to doing that because that's what we used to do in the past. So the right hand side is taken care of for the statistics, the 4 units in the gen ed, and double counting in the preps. On the left side, that course fits in the major. Because that course fits in the major, I'm going to select the row where the major, I had 3 choices of courses. I'm going to delete everything else that's not the 115 from that cell and leave it by itself, and then put the 4 units of the course in the completed column and delete it from the needed column. Okay, so that's the stats. The next course was a Music 132. Well, that course doesn't fit in the gen ed for transfer. If you remember when we popped up that screen right here for the gen ed for a Cal State, if you go looking into C1, oh, it actually, let's see. Oh, it actually does fit. It does fit in Music 132, but the issue is, there's Music 132. The issue is I don't need that course anymore because I already have enough credits. It's going to become an elective. See, I already have Music 111 and Music 131. The last course I need in this area is a humanities course, and the Music 132 is not. So at this point, what I'm going to do is go down here to the elective section, right there. And I'm going to put a comma and put Music 132, and that course is finished, so it's 2 units as well. I'm going to put the 2 units as such, and then I'm going to go to the left side in the associate side, and that course, our gen ed in humanities is already done with the Music 111, so and I can't use it. I could, so I'm going to write it over here in the electives area as well. I can fit both of those in there and make it 4 units. Okay, I'm going to save every now and then. You should always, the shortcut to saving, if you go to the keyboard, is to hit the control key and the S at the same time. So if you hold it down and then hit S, it saves it. Try to do that very often. That way, if the power goes out or anything else that could go wrong with your computer, your work will be saved. The next course I have to put in from that semester is Political Science 101, and that's an interesting course for the Cal States. That course will fit right here in area D2. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. Find it. There's Political Science 101. The course is completed. Put 3 units there, scoot over twice, delete from the needed column. And then down here where it says American Institutions, that course is one of the 2 that needs to be completed in order to satisfy the proficiency for graduation at all Cal States. And we can double count between the requirement here and area D. Because the course has been completed, I'm going to come over here. I need to put a 0 there and scoot over and delete the other 0, or you can put an X there also if you wish. On the left hand side, that course will fit the social science, but since I'm already done with that course with psychology, then that course, it's going to become another elective. So in that case, I'm just going to scoot down here and write Political Science 101. I might write another course in there in a minute, so I'm just going to put a comma, and it's 3 units completed there. Okay, the last course in that semester was a Sociology 101. That will fit right here also in the Social Sciences, right there. So I'm going to select that, go find the course. There's Sociology 101, and I'm going to put 3 units in the completed column, scoot over to the delete column, and to the needed column and delete the 3. On the left hand side, that course will also just become an elective now, because where it could have fit is in area B, but again, we already have the psychology there. So I'm going to just write it to the right of the Political Science, Soc 101, comma, in case I need to write another course to the left of that. And then put 6 there now. That's where that total is. And then we have finished the next semester. That was fall of 13. Now we move over to summer. Actually, intersession, right? We move over to intersession 14. That's the next semester. The student took Commercial Music 103, History of Rock and Roll. The course was 3 units, and the student got an A. So I'm going to move over back to the plan, and I'm going to see if there's a place where I can fit that course. It fits in the Gen Ed in area C1, but we already have a course in there. It could also fit in C1 or C2, but we already have a course there. And over here in the Associates, it will fit in the Humanities, where we already have Music 111. So it has become an elective for both areas. That course is not required for the major in the Associates or the transfer. So I'm just going to write to the right of that Commercial Music 103. And now the total has gone up to 9. And on the right hand side, to the right of Music 132, I'm going to put Commercial Music 103. And I'm a little bit out of room there, so I'm going to forget about spaces there. I'm going to even take out the other space. There you go. And then now that has gone up to 5, with a 4 that still needs to be done for the 124. Okay, so that's the end of that one. Moving on to the next semester, that will be a spring of 14. And the student has 4 courses. You can only see 3 of them right here. It's the R102, the CIS 101 with a B, 3 units, and the Communications 101 with a B, 3 units. The student has also completed English 99 with a passing grade for 4 units. So we're going to put those 4 courses into the plan. So let's start with the R102. That course would also fit in C1, but we already have a course there, and it would have fit into the Humanities here. But we already have a course there, so more electives. The student has done probably more electives than needed, but you know, we don't know what happened here. So he might never have seen a counselor, or maybe just wanted to take courses they wanted to take. So that's in the left side for the Associates. In the right hand side for the transfer, the only place we could put that course now is as electives as well. So Art 102, and it's 3 units. You always have the option of not having to write so many electives in here when you're done with the plan. If you know that there's 4 or 5 courses in the transcript that all are electives, you can just write miscellaneous electives with a total. That's also another possibility. I often do that. Okay, so we have the art. The next one is CIS 101. Now that is a little different. That course actually fits here in the major. For transfer to Northridge, they have a choice to do either of the 2 courses. The student has happened to have done the CIS 101. So I'm going to click on that cell. You can do 2 clicks on it and just select everything to the left of CIS 101 and delete that. You could have also gone up here to the formula line up here in the FX and do the same thing. The student completed that course with a B, so that's 3 units completed. Scoot over and delete the 4 from there. On the associate side is the same thing. They actually had 3 choices in there. They've done the CIS 101, so I'm going to click on that. So I'm going to go up here this time and just select to the left of CIS 101 and delete that. And then come over to the completed column, put a 3, scoot over twice and delete a 3. Okay? I'm going to save on my keyboard just to be safe. And the last course, or the next course they have is COM 101. That course is one of the Golden Fours. The Golden Four for transfer to a Cal State are the 3 courses in Area A, A1, A2, A3, and the math here. That course happens to fit right here in A1, COM 101. So if I select that, I scoot over to the completed column, put a 3, scoot over twice, delete it from the near column. In the associate side, the course could fit right here in D2, but we normally use the math there. It could also fit in Area E. Area E is an interesting area, and you can scoot over here to this section and read what it says on the flag. You can use courses from Area A and B or C or D2 in Area E, only if the course you are going to use in Area E is in a different discipline than the course we're using for any of the areas we're going back to. So in other words, I could go back to area C, take another course from that area, but it cannot be another music class. I can go back to area B, take another course from area B, but it cannot be in psychology if I'm using this course in area B. Health comes right from the area. So also the same as how I clicked in the general education for Cal State to get the sheet to pop up, I can do the same thing in Gen Ed for if I click on this link. Sometimes it's better to just click in the link down here on the major, because that will allow you to go to the website where you can actually find the program sheets by major. I'm going to do that. If you clicked on this one up here, you're only going to get the sheet for the Gen Ed only without any major in particular. But if I click on this one, then watch what happens. I get to the website for the counseling program sheets, and I have a list of all the majors in a program sheet. So since I'm doing business, I'm going to come over here and select, you know, they're all there. So I'm going to just select business administration. And when you do that, you have the pop-up window. You have the document itself that will pop up on the left hand, and you can read those on your own. There's the courses required for the major, same as the ones that are in the template, and the courses that fit into the general education requirements. There's area A, there's area B, area C, English D2, area E, area F, the proficiencies, and on the second page, other important information. So I was talking exclusively about area E right here, and as you see here, the health course is one of those that fit into the area. Anyway, back to our plan. I was fitting the Com 101 that I already put on the right hand side. So on the left hand side, since I don't have any place where it would fit in the Gen Ed, since I have already covered the requirements, I'm going to move down. The course is not required for the major, and I'm just going to put it there with the electives, Com 101. Move over. Now it's 6 units. Save it. Okay, and the other course they had is a pre-collegiate course called English 99. We have a section for pre-collegiate for basic skills courses. Basic skills, pre-collegiate, remedial courses all mean the same thing. This student has completed English 99. Because that was the first course in English that I found, that it leads me to believe that when this student took the assessment test, they qualify for English 99 right away. So that course fits in here. In the W, it stands for writing, and I'm just going to write English 99. And that is the prerequisite for English 101. The student took it, passed it with 4 units completed. So that's where that will be the only place to put that course at. Okay, so we're done with that semester. Moving over back to the transcript now. In the summer of 14, this student took History 108 and Nutrition and Foods 100. Both each course is 3 units, both with B's. Okay, so let's put those in the plan. So back here on the plan, History 108. It's a transfer course for the for all Cal States. In the under American institutions, they have 3 choices at this point. In the sheet, it actually includes 109, but we don't offer 109 anymore. So since they've done History 108, I'm going to click on here. I'm going to get rid of the 110, delete, and I'm going to get rid of the 107, delete, and the 108 is done. So that course was 3 units. It was 0 here because if we happen to have used it, just like the poli-sci, we can use it up here in area D also. But since this student already had 2 other courses, we're just going to go ahead and use the units right there where the course is listed. Scoot over twice and delete. On the left hand side, that course could fit in area B, but as you already know, we already have the psychology there, so I'm going to, there's no place else where that course could fit. It doesn't fit in a major anywhere. So guess what? It's just another elective at this point for the associate's degree. And now the total is 9 units there. Okay, save it. Moving on. The next semester was fall of 14. The student took Bio 101, 4 units with a B, Business Law, 3 units with a B. Econ 101, 3 units with a C, and English 101, 3 units with a B. Very good. So let's put that information over here on the Ed plan. The first course is a biology class. So that course happens to fit in the sciences, right here in the life sciences, which is area B2. If we click on that, I get a scroll down window, and I'm going to pick Bio 101. That course is 4 units because it includes a lab. So I'm going to write the 4 units in the completed column, scoot over, delete the 3 from the right hand side. Since the course includes a lab, I'm going to also delete that 1 from there. And here for the lab, which is the B3 section, is reserved for labs. Labs can be separately listed or within the course. You have to figure that out when you look at the sheets for I Get C or the CSU breath. I'm just going to put a 0 there to mean that students done with the lab as well. On the left hand side, that course could fit here in the natural sciences, but we already have one. So, and since the course doesn't fit in the major anywhere, it's just another course that I can use for elective credits. So I'm going to write it right there, Bio 101, comma, I'm just going to move over and put a 4 there, and it's done. Save it, save it. The next course is business law. In the associate side, that's a required course in the major. So I'm going to put a 3 there in the completed column, screw it over twice, and delete it from the needed column. And on the right hand side, I'm going to come over here. That's also a required course for transfer. So I'm going to put the 3 units there, scoot over to the needed column, and delete the 3. And save again on my keyboard. The next course is Econ 101. That's also a required course for transfer. They have to do both of those. So the 101 is done. I'm going to put a 3 there, scoot over twice, and change the 6 to a 3 because they still have to do Econ 102. And on the left side, the Econ 101 is also required. Put the 3 units in the completed column and delete the 3 from the needed column. And save on my keyboard. Then English 101, well, that course is needed for everything, right? So up here in the language and rationality, D1, the course is that's the only course that's required for that area. Put the 3 as completed, scoot over twice, delete the 3. Completing English 101 for an associate's degree also satisfies the proficiency for writing. So I'm going to put an X there in the completed, and I'm done with that part. In the transfer side, English 101 is required in A2, so I'm going to put a 3 in the completed column, scoot over twice, and delete the 3. Save on my keyboard. Done with that semester. Now moving over to the next semester on the transcript, that's this particular current semester, and there's students taking photo 107, and it's in progress. So moving back to the Ed plan, that course happens to fit in C1, but since we already, see if I click on that and go looking for the course, you're gonna find it, it's right there, photo 107, but we already have a course in that area, so we can't put it there anymore. And since it's not required for anything else, it's going to become another elective. Photo 107 and 3 units in progress. So those 3 units get to be in the middle column because it's in progress. And on the left hand side, that course would have fit in area, I think it fits in area C. It does. But again, we already have a course in that area with the Music 111. So again, the same as on the right hand side, it's another elective, and that is in progress. So I'm going to put the 3 in the middle column. Save. Moving on to the last section on this transcript, which is the spring of 15. This is what the student is signed up for. He signed up for Accounting 201 for 4 units, Business 113 for 3 units, Econ 102 for 3 units, English 102 for 3 units, and French 101 for 5 units. Wow, that's some schedule. 18 units altogether. We might have to have a conversation about that when the student gets here, but nonetheless, let's put that information into our plan. So the first one is Accounting 201. That course is required for both the transfer side. So here's Accounting 201. Since it's in progress, I'm going to put it in the middle column and scoot over to the right and get rid of that. You gotta maybe be a little careful as to when you put courses in progress, if the session has started or not, or if they're enrolled and it shows in the transcript as in progress. Well, you'll have to make a judgment call on that. On the left hand side, under the major, that's also required. So I'm going to put the 4 in progress and scoot over to the right and delete the 4 from the needed column. The next course is Business 113. That is not a required course for this particular associate's degree major. Business 113 is not required. It wouldn't fit anywhere else, so I'm just going to put it as an elective and as 3 units in progress, so now that becomes a 6. On the right hand side, Northridge does require that course, so here it is listed. I'm just going to put the 3 there as in progress and scoot over there and delete it from the needed column. The next course is Econ 102. That course is needed for the major. For the press for the major, I'm going to put the 3 in progress and delete the 3 from the needed column. They had already completed English Econ 101. On the right hand side, Econ 102 is also required for the major, so they're signed up for that for the next semester. It's in progress. Delete the 1 from the needed column and save. The next one is English 102, an interesting course. That course fits in the general education for transfer to a Cal State in area A3. It's one of the golden 4s. So I'm going to select English 102 and put the 3 units in progress, scoot over, delete it from there. And the left hand side, that course could fit in area C. It also fits in area D2, but we already have courses there, so I'm going to just move it down to the elective section and write English 102 and put 3 units in progress. The next course is French 101. Okay, that course fits in the humanities in area C2. That was the reason why I decided earlier to use Music 131, because if the student indeed does French 101, there it is. It's a 5-unit course. So 5 in progress, delete the 3. That will make him go up to 10 units, and 9 is the minimum for this area. And the only one that's activity is this Music 131, so that will work for that area. On the left hand side, that course could fit in the humanities in area C, but we already have a course there. So I'm moving down here to the elective section again and write French 101. And move 5 units to in progress, making the total 8 for that particular cell. And we're basically done going putting the information from the transcript into the plan of the student. For this particular student, we have a second page, but on the second page all we have is just a total of GPA. The institutional GPA for this student is 3.09. The transfer, when students bring transcripts from other colleges and if it gets placed on our transcript, the GPA will be here, and their overall will be the total of both. But for all intents and purposes on our plans, we only use our own total institutional GPA. That number can be updated every time the student visits us, or we update the plan, and placed in this box that says current ABC GPA. Other things, well, at this point I haven't determined yet where the student has placed in terms of the reading proficiency. And on the math, I know that since he's already completed Math 102, which is the minimum requirement for an associate's degree, he's actually completed the stats as well. So the Math 102 is sufficient for us to show a satisfaction of the math proficiency, and I'm putting an X there. At this point, I don't know about the reading, so I'm going to look that up. It's worth mentioning about these 2 little boxes on the left-hand side. If the student had not done English 101, but they had taken the assessment, and on the assessment they have qualified to take English 101, you can just then put an X there, check that box off, and that will be it. And at that point, if that would have been the case, this X would have been on the right as needed, and the 3 units for English 101 would have been on the right as needed. But this particular student probably did test as eligible English 101, because I didn't see any writing courses. Well, actually, I did see one, the English 99. So he probably placed there. At that point, I wouldn't have used that check at all. That's only for students who are eligible for these levels and nothing below that. That's the only time we use that checkbox. So I'm going to determine what he has at on his reading placement. In order for me to do that, I have to log into Banner, and I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to pause the video here for a second, and I'm going to show you once I'm in Banner. So I'm going to take a pause for a second. Okay, so once you log into Banner, this could be what it looks like. In order for you to get to the assessment, you have to go to SOA test. So right here I'm going to type SOA test, hit enter, and then here I will have to put the student's ID number. So I'm going to bear for a second on the right, try not to show you his identity. Although, okay, you will have to hit a next block. You'll get training on how to do that, and then you're going to look at the assessment scores. I'm very careful here not to show you the person's name, but I'm looking for the reading placement. You see right there, the assessments are good for 3 years. This one was taken on October 17 of 2012, 13, 14. It's good until October 17 of 15, well within the current date. And if they score a 4, that means they're at college level. That's all you need to know. So once I know that, I go back here to the eligibility for college level reading in the proficiency section, and just put an X in there because this student is already qualified for, has already tested eligibility for college level. So that's it, done with that. So now let's take an overview of this plan. On the left side we have met all the requirements for the genetic except for diversity studies. So you'll have to advise the student as to what courses to take for that area. Proficiency is done. In the major, they're signed up for Accounting 201. They still need 205. They have completed Business 201, CIS 101, Econ 101. They're enrolled in Econ 102 and they've done a stat. So after the next semester, they're just going to need to take one more accounting course. And as far as the electives, they have quite a bit of in there, completed and in progress. And down here, it's really important that they get to 60. As you put the numbers into your plan, the totals will automatically tally. And as you can see here, the student is going to be at 86 units by the time everything is said and done, which, you know, it's a natural consequences of having done a lot of courses that they might have not needed. So anyway, 60 is the minimum. So on the left hand side, we're good. In the transfer side, in area A1, in area A, they completed 2 of them already. The third one is English 102, they're signed up for. They finished the sciences. In the arts and humanities, they're signed up for French 101. In social sciences, they're done with those 3 requirements. They've done with area E. They've done with American institutions. In the major, in the preps, they still need the Accounting 205. They need to take Math 148, and they're going to need to take Math 124. And that's pretty much it. And in this one as well, they need to get to a minimum of 60, and at this point they have 54 completed, 21 in progress, and 12. That is because they do an intersession and a spring at the same time, and 12 to go. You're going to end up with 87. So that's pretty much it as far as the first page. Then you move into the second page, which is the term by term. When you put the student's name and the ID number on the top heading of the first page, these cells will automatically get populated. Now here what you got to do is select the session that's coming up, spring, select the year. It is good practice to provide to the students at least 1 term of enrollment, the one coming up. In this particular case, we already know what he's enrolled in, so I'm just going to rewrite the courses that he signed up for, you know. I happen to be in agreement with everything that he's enrolled in. He needs all those courses. So it's Accounting 201, Business 113, Econ 102, English 102, French 101. And the units for those courses: 4 for Accounting 201, 3 for Business 113, 3 for Econ, 3 for English, and 5 for French. And this will also give you an automatic total once you put the numbers in the cells. So basically we're done. We've done the 1 term by term. Everything else is completed. Then the next step, or getting into the last steps here, is to save a PDF for this education plan. And in order for you to do that, you have to go up here, and I'm going to show you that real quick to wrap this up, is go up here to File, go down to Save As. When this comes up, you want to go back one folder, right here on the directory, on the line for the folders. Click on the one right before the last one, and then open the PDF folder right here. And you're not going to see anything until you come down here to the Save As type and choose PDF. Then you're going to see them all populated are already there. So that's where you want to, that's when you want to go over here and save. Press the button, and when you do that, the actual PDF file will pop up on your computer. And this, you can attach this to an email to send to the student if you wish, but it's really important that you realize that your work is not done until this PDF file is created. Okay. I'm sure that if you have many questions, you will bring them up to any experienced counselor. You can come up to me and ask me anytime you want. This is the end of this video on completing an electronic education plan. I am Luis Echeverria, counselor and professor at Antelope Valley College. Till next time.